They're going to him. There it is. Final home game of this season. Some have wondered, is this the final home game for Johnson as a Lion?
What's going on, guys? Happy holidays to all of you. Hope you guys had a very good Christmas weekend. I know I did with my family. I actually got back in for the second half of the Lions game. Like, I missed the entire first half. I was trying to follow it on my phone. And I got home right in time, like right at the end of halftime. That's when I got home and watched the rest of the game. So I can't really tell you what went on in the first half, but I'm going by word of mouth, just when people have told me and shit like that. And I just watched Man B's video, so that helped me a little bit so I could go over this game and what happened. Because I'm telling you, when I was looking at my phone updates, man, I was like, something about this game. It sounded like the defense ain't really did their job. It sounded like the offense got a little bit off to an okay start. Because I never did get a chance to see the first half. So I'll see what happens. And I was going to ask Lindsay Lasanti about the first half of the game, because I was going to call it a night and wait to make this video after that. But she told me, no. Go ahead and make the video, so I got something to watch at work. So I'm going to go ahead and make this video right now, and just talk about this game. Now, right after this, I have a special treat for you guys. I got a little history introduction coming up. Since we face the Niners, I always like to do some stuff with the teams we play sometimes here and there, if I feel like putting these videos together. I actually was watching this series called, over the last few weeks, been watching this series called The Timeline on NFL Network, and this series is great. If you guys have not seen this series yet, it is great. Everything that NFL Films does is great. NFL Films does a great job of capturing the history of the game. Nice little documentary. You can learn some stuff. Like, I even learned some stuff that I didn't even know about, specifically with the Giants one where they had moved to Jersey. I didn't even know that they weren't able to celebrate the parade in the city. They had to celebrate it in Jersey because the mayor didn't want any part of the fucking Giants. The team had moved to Jersey and weren't playing in the city. So, at the Meadowlands, so I didn't even know about that shit. So that was interesting. That was interesting to learn. So, definitely, if you got NFL Network and you see this series playing, recorded or something, man, do whatever you have to do. This is a great series. I've seen most of the episodes. I didn't see the Brett Favre one. Right now, I'm at a point with the Packers where I just don't even want to watch anything Packers. Like, I'm not watching their games. I'm not even gonna watch their fucking playoff games. I'm so done looking at that fucking team. They give me a fucking headache looking at them, man. I don't want to see anything green and yellow. That's just my mindset right now. I don't even want to look at them, man. And I respect Brett Favre, man, but I did not want to see anything green and yellow, so I didn't want to watch that shit. And then I haven't seen the most recent one, which was one about something about some Iran refugees or some shit like that. I hadn't seen that one yet, so that's the newest one that's out. And I didn't see the merger one too. I want to see that one, the AFL NFL merger. I want to see that one too. But the three that I called was the Giants one and the tale of two cities between the Dallas and San Francisco rivalry. Like, for those of you who grew up, if you go way back, you probably remember some of the elements of the first part of the Cowboys 49ers rivalry, and where Dallas dominated all through the 70s and leading up into the catch, and I captured that on there as well. I put the actual game footage, and I put what they had on the timeline, kind of like, the players' perspective on what happened with that play and shit like that. Because that was a big moment, man. I think, like, when you talk about big moments in the NFL, that's definitely a top 5 moment because it really started the 49ers dynasty in the 80s. And they were dominating NFC for about 20 years. You know, it started with that play right there. That was one of those. That was one of those really special plays where you just knew. Because after that, Dallas went through a huge whirlwind. Like that team sucked ass most of the '80s, man. And when Jerry Jones brought the team and fired Tom Landry, you know, they finally got some respect. Now this is where, you know, I'm watching football, so I remember the '90s where when between the Cowboys and 49ers, it was like for about a 5-year period, literally the NFC Championship went through San Francisco and Dallas playing in that NFC title game. That shit was crazy. You know, you had to go through one of those two goddamn teams, or those two teams are facing each other. I think they faced each other like maybe 4 times in that early '90s to mid '90s period. It was crazy, dude. Like I don't think you'll ever see some shit like that again. You know, you'll probably see a dominant team like we see with the Patriots right now in the AFC. You know, we seeing them in the AFC Championship game almost every fucking year. But I don't know if you'll ever see like the same two teams facing off and shit. I thought for a minute there we might see it between the 49ers and Seahawks, but then look at what we saw with we saw the game. You saw what happened with this 49ers organization, Jim Harbaugh, all that shit. They threw away everything that they had built for that 3-year period since they had Jim Harbaugh, man. And hey, it is what it is with that shit. But this video that you're about to see really captures it really well. I started with the catch, and then I went all the way up to when Terrell Owens, you know, planted the ball on the Dallas Cowboys star, and it just shows you the rivalry that intensified between those two, as those two teams really kind of helped each other, you know, get to the top every, you know, most years. So in the Super Bowl era, man, I mean, between San Francisco and Dallas, man, I mean, that's where it was at in the NFC for about a good 30-year period, man. I mean, the NFC was dominated by these two teams, man. And it was just weird to see the San Francisco 49ers a shell of themselves. And I know personally as a Lion fan, we had gotten stumped by this team all the fucking time, man. And we had a long losing streak before we won yesterday. So I agree with Man Beast on this shit. If you're not a Lions fan who's happy about this shit, something's wrong with your ass. You're not a real Lions fan, in my opinion, because you should be happy as shit. This is rare for us to beat the fucking 49ers. I don't care what type of 49 team is out there. It is just rare, period, that we beat them, and we finally beat them. So I was happy about that shit just for that fucking reason. And but I still got great respect for the organization. So and look, when I watch things like this, man, little history lessons like this, you always picture, what if this can happen to the Detroit Lions one day? What if the Lions can have this kind of a story one day where they finally break through, and we have our little moment like that, like we saw with the catch, man. I'm telling you what, I think the Lions are going to have that moment real soon, too. I think we're really close to seeing it. And we're going to get that moment one day where it's going to be it's going to be one of those playoff games at Ford Field where we're just going to finally roll over. We saw like a glimpse of it when we beat Green Bay in Lambeau finally. You know, something that was so impossible to see. And we're going to see it one day, man. It's powerful. So kind of when you're watching this video, kind of envision the Lions as the 49ers right now. Like, leading up to about 81, man, the Niners were shit, okay? They were shit, you know, but at least they were making a playoff some years, you know, back in the 70s and shit. But for the most part, they were dominated by fucking Dallas. So just picture, in Dallas, like I said, even Dallas went through that little whirlwind where they finally got things fixed around, and then they captured 3 Super Bowl titles in the 90s. So it's something that I strive for with my fucking team. I want my fucking Lions to capture this shit. So put yourself in those shoes and enjoy this shit. And also on the back end, because we're playing San Francisco, I decided to I actually put these same 2 videos in the back of the last video I made. It was the theme songs to there's a ton of stuff that's been done based on San Francisco, rather be dramas, but I decided to do the 2 comedies. This show called Too Close to Comfort, one of my favorite comedies. and Full House, obviously, and so we got Full House as well with that shit. So I hope you guys enjoy it. On the other side of this long introduction, I'm going to get into this Lions game and tell you what I think from what I saw. Like I said, I didn't see the first half, but just want to give you guys my thoughts. We're going to talk about Caldwell because we're coming up towards the last week now. So final game on Sunday of the season, and after that, I'm telling y'all right now, 4 o'clock, 4 something on fucking Sunday, man. The offseason officially begins, and nerve-wracking time officially begins. And I'm going to tell you what, the other side of this introduction. Enjoy the video, guys.
The Dallas Cowboys NFL franchise gift to that city and its people was that it changed the perception of that city.
They appear on television so often that their faces are as familiar to the public as presidents and movie stars.
I was actually a Cowboy fan growing up. You know, I loved the star, and they were just bigger than life, you know. Tom Landry was this cool, very classy coach, and they had all these great players.
Dallas Cowboy was setting all the standards. They were setting the standards on the field. They were setting standards in new ideas and promotion.
They are the Dallas Cowboys, America's team.
The thought that the Cowboys were America's team made some people in America root for Siberia.
I did not like Dallas. I hated Dallas. When they talk about America's team and all the beautiful cheerleaders and stuff, no one ever talking about the 49ers cheerleaders. They usually had to wear like a, raincoat or... No offense, 49ers cheerleaders. Nobody made a porno with 49ers cheerleaders,
What's the favorite team back in Japan here in America?
Dallas Cowboys and Pittsburgh Steelers.
America's team, huh?
Yeah.
And so this was the first popular thing that was really associated with Dallas, which had been the place that murdered the president, until the TV show.
The same year the name America's Team was born, so was Dallas. It made South Fork Ranch and J.R. Ewing known the world over, and became one of TV's most famous shows. And to think, if not for the Cowboys, it might have been called Waco.
When I wrote the pilot, I didn't specify a city. It was my producing partner who I gave him the pages. He said, I already sent it in. I said, it said untitled. He said, no, I just took it home and put Dallas on there. So I said, Dallas? I don't know about Dallas. Kennedy was killed in Dallas. I thought, well, but they won the Super Bowl last year, so let's go with it.
So we were, talking about it in the huddle, and Joe was saying, Freddie, I'm going to come to you. And then as we're breaking the huddle, he's like, Dwight, be ready.
Tom Landry is 6 yards away from his 6th Super Bowl. And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3. Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Dwight Clark! It's a madhouse at Candlestick with 51 seconds left.
Dwight was so slow. Took him forever. I always joke with him and go, God, it took you forever to get back there and slide.
As I started back across, Everson Walls was right beside me. He had me covered. I remember seeing the ball coming and thinking, wow, that's pretty high. Joe just put it in the exact spot that it had to be. Just another magical play by Joe.
I always wondered, how come you never see Joe in the celebration shots with Clark?
That goes back to the regular season meeting in '81.
They had said we didn't play the real Dallas Cowboys, so they didn't respect us. Joe just immediately spins around, suddenly starts going back the other way, and you're going, hey, Dwight's that way. Where are you going? He turns around and gets in Too Tall's face. Said, respect that, blankety blank. It was pretty cool.
It came off my tongue, It's not typical, but it was going on with everybody throughout the game, so there was always talking going on in this game.
All those bitter memories against Dallas wiped away by one magical play.
I've, of course, replayed it 153 million times in my head. And I'll be dadgum if he doesn't throw a floater. I thought the ball was an incomplete pass.
When I saw it go out of Joe's hand, I started walking back to the line of scrimmage. I said, this ball is overthrown, get ready for fourth down. I will always believe that Joe was throwing that ball away and just living for the next play.
I was actually on the 10-yard line at the other end of the field. I mean, I still think old Joe was throwing the ball out of bounds, but throwing it away anyway.
Wow, those guys are just so cocky.
They can say what they want to say, and obviously we're going to believe what we want to believe. And I believe he was throwing that ball away.
I would have thrown it away a lot earlier than that. If I was throwing it away, I certainly didn't want to get knocked down if I'm going to throw a ball away.
We had practiced this play so many times, I knew exactly what Joe was trying to do. Bill liked the play.
Dwight is in here sliding back out. This is great when they're tired and they're confused. They want to get back to Dallas. This is when you knock their ass off.
Joe couldn't do it in practice, but in a game that gets you to the Super Bowl, on his back foot with 3 guys in front of him, he puts it in the exact spot that it had to be.
This 49er team has everything. I don't know how the 49ers can be beaten.
Put it in 3-inch headline. We will win.
It was our moment, and it was our time.
The Cowboys are going to a Super Bowl.
This was the Hatfields against the McCoys that surpasses this whole concept of, quote, a rivalry.
When the 2 teams came out to be introduced, look what happened.
You got the easy job. You just flip the coin.
The 49ers-Cowboys rivalry has just had some great, iconic moments.
A tremendous play by Alvin Harper.
Half the Cowboy team is on the field claiming pass interference.
Moments in time you can remember where you were.
Steve Young, they said he couldn't win the big one.
How about them Cowboys?
I hate those Cowboys. Whoever won would go on to win that Super Bowl.
Garcia, play fake, bootleg to the right, throws it in the end zone all alone. Terrell Owens, touchdown, San Francisco. And Owens draws more boos by standing in the middle of the blue star and looking heavenward and spreading his arms. A touchdown, Emmitt Smith. And boy, is he fired up. Look at him run. Look at him bring the football. Oh, he's going to do what Owens did. Right into the middle of the star, puts the football down and spikes it, and that got the crowd juiced. Blitz on from the 1. And they throw a fade right side of the end zone for Owens. He got both feet in. Touchdown catch over the shoulder. Here we go. They're going to have a big fight. There goes Owens. Puts it down. And Teague levels it.
Here it goes.
And now Teague is aimed at by an offensive lineman. Flozell Adams pulls Teague away. And Owens is waved to the bench. And he stands in the middle of the star and holds the ball out. There are flags everywhere.
And let me tell you something, Brad. Terrell Owens started it. Emmitt Smith went out to the 50. Trumped him. Now Terrell Owens comes back, and George Teague said, you know what, I'm not going to take this. Good for George Teague.
Do you like this shade?
Sure, I use it all the time.
It's for your lips.
Oh, I know. I was just seeing if it was sharp. So I said, that is the worst fake ID I ever saw. I better get going.
Oh, hang out. Hey, guys, this is Stephanie. This is Kelly, Gia, and Lisa, the guys.
That's funny. You don't look like guys to me. Guys, check out the bod on that new math teacher, Mr. Lucas. What a babe.
It was the first time I've ever stayed awake in algebra.
I better not.
How come?
I'm trying to quit. You should have seen my last chest x-ray.
Sixth graders are terminally pathetic.
Uh-oh, there's the bell. We better get going. Uh-oh. The bell. Uh-oh.
Hey, give her a break. She's a good kid.
Oh, yeah?
Then why don't you go be a good kid with her? Give me a light.
Where'd you find that dweeb?
So, they're letting you go to the bathroom all by yourself now?
Yeah. When are you gonna start?
Ooh, a little Miss Big Mouth got me good. You want to smoke? Oh, that's right. You quit.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a big fan of breathing.
What are you laughing at?
That was funny. If something is funny, I laugh.
Yeah, if something's funny, she laughs.
Shut up. Sixth graders are a waste of skin.
You should know you were there for 3 years.
It was 2. So, Come on, Mickey. Walk me to detention.
Mickey, you coming or what?
No, you guys go. I'm gonna hang out here.
With this scrub?
If she wants to hang out with a scrub, she can. Not that there is one in here, but if there were...
They got the point.
Come on, let's get out of here.
That was some awesome shit, wasn't it? Awesome shit right there, man. Awesome shit. Hopefully I can get that shit up on YouTube. So I know NFL be blocking shit, so I gotta see if I can get that shit up on YouTube. But yeah, man. So this game, like I told y'all niggas for, I started uploading this video. Hold on for a sec. Yeah, so I caught the second half, the very start of the second half. I was kind of settling in a little bit. So there were some things I missed in the first few minutes of that third quarter, but I had it on in back, like I had it on my loudspeakers, on my TV, you know, kind of listen to it like I listen to it like the radio or some shit. Try to see, but yeah, my takeaway from the first half, even though I didn't see it, but from what I'm hearing, is that it looked like the defense wasn't ready for the Niners, especially the running attack from the 49ers. And honestly, I'm not too surprised about that because I think the Lions probably took this. I don't think they really prepared for the Niners like that this week. I think that what happened was you had a short week this week, and it was Christmas as well. And I think this team was probably barely practicing this week. To be honest, I think they barely practiced and got ready for this game this week. And I think the Lions just played down to the competition. So if there was some misreads in the first half, and you could tell that was the case because they cleaned everything up in the second half where they played lights out defense in the second half. Like, they didn't let shit go through. So, I mean, like I said, I didn't see it, so I can't really judge it too much, but my takeaway from that is just that they just weren't prepared. I'm not trying to give them any excuses, but in my opinion, we know the Lions play better than that. But I think that was the case. I just think that there was a combination of things. Like I said, this was a short week. I think they barely had any practice time. I'm pretty sure, knowing the type of coach Jim Caldwell is, he probably gave them Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. I don't even know if they practiced on Christmas Eve, but he probably definitely didn't have them practice on Christmas Day, and usually teams don't practice like that on Saturday, so I don't know if they practiced on Saturday or not with the short week, but this was definitely one of those weeks where I think the Lions were just, it was a weird week, so they had a weird start to the game, not the usual selves, because usually the Lions defense be better in the first half more than they are in the second half. This was one of those games where it seemed like they were better in the second half. We haven't seen that most of the year with the team. Usually when they play good second half defense, it's usually when they're playing a full 60 minutes of football. Like, if we go through the schedule, like on how the Lions have played 60 minutes of football, it's far less 60 minutes of football defensive games this year than we had last year. Go through the schedule. First game of the season against the Chargers. We know that was a half game because they had a good job. They did a good job on defense in the first half, completely collapsed in the second half. Second game of the season, Minnesota. It was a half sort of thing there too. Same thing with the Broncos game. The first game where I saw a full 60 minutes of defense was against the Seahawks, even though obviously that's a different Seahawks team that we were facing back then, but still, we had a full 60 minutes of good defense in that game. That's still probably one of our best defense games of the year as well. But that was the first one, so that's one right there. Obviously, Arizona, did nobody show up for that fucking game. So, bad game for the defense too. That Care Bears game, that was shitty-ass defense as well. Neither half was pretty good in that one. So, Minnesota, first half, good defense. The second half, a collapse. Obviously, Kansas City, another one of them games where the defense didn't show up. So, through the first 8 games of the year, there was only one game where the defense had a really good defense for the whole 60 minutes. That's why we're 1-7. That's exactly why we were 1-7 at the time, because you saw how that was, and the offense was shitty with it. You're not going to win games that way. But here's where things turned around at. Green Bay, 60 minutes. That was one of the best defensive performances of the year, especially in the secondary. Same thing against my Oakland Raiders. Another good 60 minutes of, they completely shut Derek Carr out. I remember up until that point, nobody could figure out how to stop Derek Carr, man, leading up to that fucking game. Everyone was hanging at least a touchdown or two from David Carr. I mean, Amari Cooper was ripping these teams up until that point to shreds. Latavius Murray, all of that shit, man. But that game, we stopped Derek Carr. We were one of the first teams this season to stop Derek Carr. So that's 3. Eagles is for. You know, that was, man, from start to finish, defense was just on the Eagles' ass in that game. So that was about a 3-game stretch. And I'll throw the Packers one in there. Because I got to believe that Packers defensive performance was really good as well at Ford Field. I know they gave us 3 touchdowns, but some of that was sympathy coming, you know, Aaron Rodgers coming back because of sympathy points. But I would say that's a full 60 minutes as well. Obviously, you know, the Hail Mary or whatever ruined that shit. And then next game was a half game. So that broke the streak of 60-minute games. So that's about 5 games right now. And then New Orleans was a half because the first half was really good, but second half, I think Drew Brees scored way too many points for me to give them that other half, let's say 60 minutes. It was a little bit too much for me. Even though at least more than half of those points were sympathy points, but still a little too much once Glover Quinn came out. And so this season, we had about a good 5 games out of 15 where the defense played a whole 60 minutes of good defense. Well, that's something we got to improve on next year, obviously. We got to draft the right pieces. We got to add here, man. I mean, me, Man Beast, and a few of the other Lions fans, we've been telling you guys this, man, what the Lions need to do with that first draft pick. Need to go defense, all right? I talked about this with Lindsay Lisanti as well. We need to go defense. Got to go defense first. Most of my Lions girls agree too, man. And you know how girls love offensive football, man. They all agree. Defense first. No offensive lineman at all. And I'm going to get to the offensive line in a second because I got a rant on Riley Reef ass. Oh, this motherfucker needs to go. Yeah, so the defense, yeah, we're just, you know, it's like, I forgot who said it. I think it was John Lynch. Somebody said, look, the Lions are devoid of talent on the defensive side, man. And it's true, man. This team is devoid of talent, man. I mean, outside of Levy, I mean, that linebacker core stinks. That's the worst part of our defense. I've been saying that every fucking week. I mean, I could roll with Bynes 100% of the time, but Tahir Whitehead, he has his good moments, and same thing with Tulloch, but Tulloch is washed up. He needs to be replaced, man. He needs to go. He's got to go now. He's not the same player he was. He's undersized. He's got to go, man. He's got to go. Actually, like I said, I'm really pissed that we haven't seen more Calvin Noy, man. That's probably been my biggest bugaboo with this fucking team, man, is that we haven't seen enough Calvin Noy. Let me see if this motherfucker can play, man. I mean, this shit is irritating to me, man. I mean, play this motherfucker, even if he ain't no good. You can cut him in the fucking offseason or cut him in training camp. It's no fucking big deal, but we need to see if this motherfucker can play. Because I don't think Tahir Whitehead has been that good to keep his spot all year long, man. Like, same thing with Travis Lewis, man. Like, come on, man. I mean, this fucking linebacker core fucking stinks, man. I mean, they can't cover nobody. That's my problem with them too. They can't cover and they can't tackle in open space. It's been my problem with these guys all year. You could tell how much that Levy injury hurt us. The Sue and Fairley shit didn't affect this defense. I'm telling you right now, that shit did not affect this defense at all. Ziggy Ansah is bringing I think Ziggy Ansah to me is much more important on that line than he was, because Ziggy could do more anyways by playing on the ends, you know? What the fuck was Sue doing most of the time? Get double teamed? So you're going to pay a guy $110 million just to commit double teams? Get the fuck out of here, man. I mean, come on, man. I mean, a more valuable player in the inside would have been Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald way better than Sue to me, man. Way fucking better than Sue. That's the guy we should have had on this goddamn team, man. But anyway, Ziggy Ansah, the way he gets pressure, even if he doesn't get sacks, man, the guy is doing like J.J. Watt. He is getting pressure on the quarterback so much. I mean, he had Blaine Gabbert running for his life yesterday. He did the same thing to Drew Brees, and the guy, Drew Brees, I mean, the nigga had a cold or some shit. He was under the weather, and this nigga was killing Drew Brees' ass, man. I mean, shit. He was pressuring this nigga. Ziggy Ansah, definite game changer, man. That's the one guy hopefully we can keep healthy all year as well, man. I mean, he'd be so fucking key. Keep him healthy. Jason Jones, Devin Taylor, those two guys also. We have a good rotation on this defensive line, but we don't have to worry about who's going to start, whatever, because we do. Man, I wish we could see more of what we got with Karan Reed and Gabe Wright, but I think Gabe Wright been hurt though, so I don't think Haloti Ngata is coming back. So we gotta get a defensive tackle. We need another pass rusher for sure. Whether that be a DN or outside linebacker, we gotta get a pass rusher. So I'm still saying maybe Joey Bosa from Ohio State, but if you can get someone else in the league, we just need a fucking beast-ass pass rusher, dude. That will be the number one guy we draft on defense. Is some kind of a pass rusher, someone who could contain the ends. Because right now, I'm telling you, I will move Levy into the middle. That's where he played all year last year on defense, and he was very effective. Levy's going to come back 100% healthy in the training camp. You put this motherfucker right in the middle and go from there. Have him control the middle. Or if you don't want to move Levy to the middle, draft the middle linebacker. Like, we need to get our Brian Urlacher, dude. We need to get a Brian Urlacher on this fucking team. Someone who is over here, over there, over here, over there. You know what I'm saying? Someone who's everywhere. We need a middle linebacker, though, man. Because this defense is missing it. Need someone who's athletic as fuck at that spot or some kind of an outside linebacker, pass rusher. All right? Still can pick up a defensive end. But we need to take care of that front seven, though. We got to take care of that front seven and make sure that shit. Because the Lions, man, if Stafford continues to play like he's doing on offense, if he can match that with the defense next year, man, we could go undefeated like the Panthers did. At least go 14-0 or some shit. We could do that shit. But we got to take care of that front seven. In the secondary, we got some holes there. I've been liking the way the secondary been playing. I've loved the way they played in the second half, but we saw some deficiencies yesterday. Man, I want to start with Slay. Slay played better in the second half, but I'm hearing that his first half was sort of shaky. But you know, he's got to. I don't know. He's got to play more consistent to me. You know, the guy did not have a good first half of the season, but he played better in the second half. But he's got to get a lot more better though. Got to get a lot more consistent on there. But he's still the second best defensive player on his team behind Ziggy Ansah. There's no doubt about that. Can't dispute that shit. Then you got Glover Quinn. We'll have him next year, so I think that'll take care of that. But got to remember, Glover Quinn is getting older and older every year. We need a strong safety. That's going to be another. We got to get a fucking safety as well. We're gonna have Alex Carter next year coming in here, but he's probably going to start off maybe as a dime back or a nickel back. Got Quandre Diggs, who I need to see starting. I don't like the idea of maybe Nevin Lawson starting like that. I know he kind of earned his spot this year. You know, he played. He's had a hell of a second half, but he's not that good to start on this team like that, though. And I'm talking about starting next year. He's an undersized corner. He needs to really play nickel, if anything. We need another corner. Aqib Talib needs to be the number one target. Now, I'm telling you guys this right now. I'll probably make a video. I don't know when I'm making this video. It might be the same week as next week or sometime in January or February, but you're going to see this video before March, and that's when we'll be able to sign free agents and shit. I'm going to have the free agent list in front of me, who's available and who we should pick up at every position. Okay? And the only one I know right now is Aqib Talib. I don't know the other names of guys who are free agents coming into this year that play fucking corner. But I will put all of my money towards Aqib Talib right now and get that motherfucker. I will actually move Slay ass to the number 2. Aqib Talib play number 1. Get that motherfucker Aqib Talib signed for at least about 2 years or some shit. The only thing about Aqib Talib, he gets injured sometimes and he's a little hard-headed, but I'm not even too worried about the hard-headed part. I'm more worried about the injury part. But I will still bring that nigga here because he could definitely solidify one of those corner spots. But Quandre Diggs, if we don't get him, we just move Quandre Diggs right to corner. And I gotta agree with a few of the Lions fans on this. Quandre Diggs has been playing out of his mind right now. So he's been the best. I think behind Glover Quinn, he's been the best dude in the secondary. All like as far as consistency all season. You know what I'm saying? So even when I saw him in the first half of the season, when they threw him out there, maybe he got a few plays a game, but when they threw him out there, he did his job, man. So when he finally really got in there around that Green Bay game, I believe, where Rasheed Mathis went down, this nigga was coming in there pounding, dude. Getting the fucking job done. No doubt about it. He was getting the job done. So big shout out, big ups to Quandre Diggs. But this secondary is pretty nice, man. It's a young secondary right now. I've been liking the way everyone been playing. I'm excited to see Alex Carter next season. Wish we could have saw him in the second half of this season, get some reps. But I think we got I think we finally got the secondary figured out. Like I said, we need 2 pieces, though, to complete it, though. We still need about 2 more pieces. But this is the part of the best secondary I've seen since like the late 90s right now, man. Really since the late 90s. This is the best Lions secondary I've seen. Lions secondary is usually the weakest part of this defense, usually been ass. But they've really played a lot better here in the second half of the season. So, like I said, it's all about personnel. And Terrell Austin, the way he runs his defense, boy, man, oh man, these quarterbacks don't have a chance. Like, I started seeing, like, in the second half of the game, man, that's why I still wish I would have saw the first half, man. But once, like, you could see, like, when they made those adjustments, dude, Blaine Gabbert couldn't throw the ball for shit. This defense was doing such a good job in the second half that Anquan Bolden got his ass mad. He got his ass mad as fuck, man. Guys, I knew he was pissed off, man, because they had such a good first half. I was hearing that Bolden, who was another? It was some scrub ass niggas that the Niners got. The tight end too. They had a good first half. But Blaine Gabbert, man, he was getting shut the fuck down, dude, in that second half. So defense made some adjustments. Like I said, hopefully the defense don't do that shit in Chicago though. Y'all need to play a full 60 minutes. All right, don't be playing halves against the Bears because I've seen Cutler a lot this year. He could carve our ass up. So don't do that. And we already saw it earlier in the season for ourselves. In that first meeting against the Bears, he put up 34 points on our ass. So let's not be playing lax. Let's play a full 60 minutes on that defense. All right. Now let's go over to the offensive side. Let's start right on that fucking offensive line, man. Cause this motherfucker Riley Reef, I had it with this nigga. There was a play in the second half that just pissed me the fuck off because it shouldn't have happened. This motherfucker Riley Reef got beat so bad by a scrub-ass pass rusher from the Niners. This motherfucker fell backwards on fucking Stafford. Like, how does that shit happen, dude? I mean, oh my God, I hate this fucking offensive line sometimes. It's improved on the Jimbo Cooter, but it's still ass. Especially on the left side, man. On the left side of that, and a lot of it is Riley Reef, man. Most of it is fucking Riley Reef, man. Because one thing that I've noticed too, man, as bad as Laken Tomlinson has been as seasons, I think we might be actually blaming Laken Tomlinson a little too much because I've seen something that I didn't recognize before until yesterday. I think Riley Reef been actually making Laken Tomlinson look worse than what he actually is. Because there was a few plays where I saw double team rushers and shit. And one of the things that I plan on doing after the season, I'm going to look at the tape of that Minnesota game when they was blitzing the shit out of Stafford. I'm going to actually see if a lot of this had to do with Riley Reef because Riley Reef loses his guy a lot. And it forces Laken Tomlinson to have to guard his guy. Like if there's an inside rush, like instead of the guy going to the outside, you see a lot of times when the guy goes to the inside, Laken Tomlinson has to take on 2 motherfuckers. And I've seen that shit a lot. This season. But yesterday really pointed it out for me that I think Riley Reef has made Laker Thompson look even worse. Like, I bet you, even if you put Warford on that side as the guard, left guard, it will still look bad. It will make Larry Warford look better than what it is. Because the right side of the line, I fuss with the right side of the line. Ola has been someone who came out of nowhere, but that motherfucker's a beast. He's a beast-ass right tackle. I wish he plays on the left. But that nigga doing his job right now, and Larry Warford doing a really good job as well. He seems to be coming back into shape. Remember, he was injured a lot last year and kind of banged up in the first half of the year. But in the second half, since the Jim Kuda sister came in, he's been doing a lot better. But they still, because of the deficiencies of the left side, you don't see them playing perfect on that side. But I think we could probably roll with them two guys, Ola and Warford. I still got my questions about Travis Swanson, by the way. I mean, he's not perfect either. This motherfucker is a huge downgrade from fucking Rayola. I did not realize how much I misvalued Rayola while he was playing here, dude. We still could have used that motherfucker, but the whole left side, the three dudes on that left side is so fucking goddamn trash. All right? Especially fucking Riley Reef, who needs to go. Now, I would like to see how Laker Thompson plays with a better left tackle. We gotta look. Stafford's right-handed, so we gotta take care of that left side of that offensive line, dude. We really do. We gotta fucking take care of that shit, man. Because that left tackle needs to be fucking replaced right fucking now in the fucking off season. I will even do something right now where I might even get another guard and make Laker Thompson earn that fucking spot and just have him backing up whoever the fuck. Because this is what I would do. I will not draft any linemen. I'm going to tell you what. Because I think we need to go into free agency. And I was on the phone a short time with Lindsay earlier today. We're going to talk more about this later tonight when I talk to her on the phone while she at work. But we were talking about picking up veteran offensive linemen. Meaning in free agency, we need to get a left tackle in free agency and a left guard in free agency. Do not touch rookies because we're already young enough on this fucking line as it is. And I would rather us address some other needs on the team than not through the draft. Because we've been getting bust on that. Let's just be honest. Outside of Warford, we've been busting with our draft picks on that fucking offensive line, dude. We have not drafted well on that offensive line at all. Unless the general manager is really confident in what he can do. I mean, by all means, if you want to draft somebody, if we miss with free agents on that offense, but we need to get at least one blockbuster offensive lineman. That needs to be the main piece we need to get as far as free agency. Because I was the rest of the team, specifically the defense, I will take care of that through the draft, and I'll get like a couple of free agents. Like I said, keep the league, maybe someone in that front seven as well. But make sure you get some. Actually, I kind of like the pieces that San Francisco got on the defense. They're gonna have you remember how they were building the defense around Patrick Willis back in the early 2010s? They got some, that dude Tart and a few other people they got in their defense. They're going to be good again on the defensive side. I give them probably like another season. And I've seen some games this season where they've been kind of lights out. They got it's been a tough situation for the 49ers because they've been having to replace motherfuckers. Because they broke that whole goddamn, most of that goddamn team up. But, yeah, the 49ers got a really good looking young defense. But there's some guys in this league, man, that we could pick up and plug them right in. And guys who are not as old as fucking Haloti Ngata either. I mean, god damn. I mean, I didn't have a real problem with Haloti Ngata. I felt like at times he was playing pretty good this year. But then it could be them lazy ass moments where he don't move at all. But when Haloti Ngata is on his shit, he's still very effective. But he's not gonna return here anyway. So it is what it is with Haloti Ngata. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll definitely go veteran on the offensive line. One of the things I really like what the Lions did last year is they drafted Michael Burton at fullback. that takes care of a lot of shit. When we really improve this offensive line, hopefully in the off season, I think we will be solid in the running game. A huge acquisition to the team would be Zach Zenner. He should be back by training camp. I would bring this nigga in. We could have used a power runner like this. I mean, the guy's a fucking beast. Because it really should have been, at the end of the season, it should have been Abdullah and Zach Zenner. And I'm looking for Amir Abdullah to really break out in the running game next year. He just needs a better offensive line to run behind. Because he does work. He does what he's supposed to do in the running game. The problem is they not doing a good enough job of blocking on Matthew Stafford's blind side. And that's fucking up the right side of the offensive line as well. So guys aren't getting that many yardage either. So there's a lot of problems there. A lot of problems there, you know what I'm saying? With that fucking blocking. But Jim Bob Cooter, see this song, man, I'm gonna get into that shit. I'm gonna talk more in detail about this shit next week though. But man, Jim Bob Cooter has the offense that has it worked out perfectly with the protection. That's why the screen's been working a lot better since Jim Bob Cooter been there, because the protection is a lot better. We've come a long ways. We're not there with the protection because the offensive line is still trash, but we're miles ahead of where we were at under Joe Lombardi. When we were with Joe Lombardi, we couldn't block anything. We couldn't block. I think we were the worst offensive line unit in the entire league. The entire league. If we didn't make that fucking coaching decision, Matthew Stafford would have been like David Carr right now. That nigga probably would have been talking about, man, I gotta end my career. I got way too many concussions. I gotta end my career early. Luckily, that change was made because he was getting killed out there in the first half of the season, man. He's still unnecessarily taking a lot more. He's still unnecessarily taking some sacks that I don't think that could be avoided, but it's kept at a minimum now where it's not affecting the games too much. The only time we really saw really bad was Aaron Donald, when Aaron Donald was just murking our ass through the middle and shit. John Laurinaitis and shit getting back there, but yeah, I mean that's the thing about this team. With that fucking blocking. Now let me get on to the offense. Again, Stafford having another efficient ass fucking game. I might link this video again. eastwarrenLB made one of probably the best video I've ever seen on valuing Matthew Stafford. Because so many people are unappreciative and acting like little bitches when it comes to Matthew Stafford. He turned his whole it should be one of the biggest stories of the second half of the season, but no one's talking about it. As usual, when the Lions do stuff good, nobody wants to fucking. I tell you, there's a lot of things that this Lions team did that was well last year on that 11-5 run that did not get recognized. It did not get recognized at all. But this motherfucker, Matthew Stafford, had a complete turnaround in the second half of the season. Matthew Stafford doing work back there. Matthew Stafford, like I said, just had a hell of a second half of the season, dude. And he should get more praise because he's been, like I said, he's playing the best football of his career right now under Jim Bob Cooter. The best. All right? The best football of his entire fucking career right now under Jim Bob Cooter. Like, that 2011 season, as good as he was that season, it actually hit a lot of his deficiencies. The reason why the last 3 years why you've seen Stafford inconsistent is because Calvin Johnson was at his best those seasons. 2010, 2011, 2012. Calvin Johnson was in his prime. He was making those extra catches and shit, he wasn't dropping the ball like he does now. Calvin Johnson hit a lot of Stafford's deficiencies in that 2011 season, man. No joke at all. This time around, you're seeing him share the rock. Look at Golden Tate. T.J. Jones even had a nice little touchdown catch. I saw the highlights for that, even though I missed the first half. I saw that. That was a nice-ass throw to T.J. Jones. And nice work by T.J. Jones. And Reddick getting involved in this offense. Oh, my God, fucking Theo Reddick is such an X-weapon on his team. Kudos again to Jim Bob Cooter, JBC. Thank you for including something that we've been saying. Include more of Theo Reddick, man. Theo Reddick is taking care of shit, man. How hard is it? How hard is it to get this guy involved earlier in the season, man? This guy, man, he is such a fucking weapon, dude. Man, it took such a long time to actually get to this fucking point with this team using this motherfucker, man. God damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know? Oh, man. Oh, man. But, yeah, so Calvin Johnson, they've been talking about might be his last game or whatnot and all of that. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm actually getting tired of the whole, I know we're going to hear a ton of it this offseason. Like, that's going to actually be a main storyline just like Sue was last year. Now, here's my stance on Calvin Johnson. As long as you don't go inside of the fucking division, if you do leave, do not play for the Packers, do not play for the Bears, and don't play for the fucking Vikings. If you don't play for them 3 teams, I'm okay. I actually want him to play for the Raiders with Derek Carr, man. That should be nasty out there. Because I think Derek Carr still needs another fucking receiver. I mean, he's got Seth Roberts, he's got Amari Cooper, he's got Michael Crabtree, and Walford, the new tight end. But I still feel like he could use 4 receivers. The Texans could use another receiver. But I hope he goes in the AFC instead of the NFC. I hope he goes in the AFC and goes on a contender team. Maybe even the Patriots. That shit would be sick between him and Tom Brady. I would love to see Calvin Johnson play Tom Brady. But the thing is, motherfuckers really want Calvin Johnson right now, but this nigga is past, I mean, I wouldn't say he's past his prime just yet, but he's definitely not the same Calvin Johnson we've seen. Like, we're getting like a shell of that version of Calvin Johnson right now. We're not getting that Calvin. I mean, you're not going to be getting that Calvin. So these motherfuckers that's talking about, man, we're going to get Calvin Johnson and all this other stuff, calm the fuck down, because you're not going to get that Calvin Johnson, all right? And I'm with Man Beast on this one too, man. I do want to see him stay as a fucking Lion. Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? You know, like Barry. I'm glad Barry. You know what? I wasn't happy that Barry Sanders retired when he did, but at least he retired a Detroit Lion, man. Why can't Calvin Johnson retire as a Detroit Lion? You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that I do agree about is 2 things with Calvin Johnson. I do think Stafford can move on without him. I think he is ready. That's what I said last week. I think he is ready to move on with him, but I think he still needs him at the same time. You know, it won't hurt to still not have Calvin Johnson on your team. You know what I mean? I also think that maybe they do need to restructure his contract because we do need money to sign these big ass free agents that I've been talking about that I really want to sign in the off season, man. Because we need to plug up some holes with some veterans. You know what I mean? So Calvin Johnson, I mean, it's not like Calvin Johnson is a free agent this year like Sue was. Like, we still can keep him. So, hey, it's whatever the Fords want to do. It's whatever general manager, whatever he feels that is right with the team, go right ahead. But this team could still use him. Now, I'm still up for drafting another receiver. One of the things that I've been really liking is the progress of T.J. Jones. I want to see more of this nigga next year. You know, I want to see more of him. like we saw with Reddick here in the second half of the season. I want to see him more in this offense because it's crazy. You know, I've been like waiting on Corey Fuller to do something, and this motherfucker is already taking over that fourth wide receiver spot and done damage. You know what I mean? Like, he's basically taking Corey Fuller's job already. You know, TJ Jones is a quick-ass nigga, you know? He could be someone who can move up in the depth chart, in my opinion. He can move up maybe the Lance Moore spot whenever Lance Moore is done here. Definitely give him some more balls to throw to. Ebron, you know, Ebron, especially in recent weeks, has looked a lot better. He looks a little bit more hungrier. I think that one of the things that I have a problem with Ebron is not necessarily what he's doing. I don't think he's actually getting the ball enough. Like, he should get 10 targets a game for a tight end, but we also still need to draft a tight end as well. I'm not even going to lie to you. Ebron probably could be like the second tight end on this team. We need a tight end who could do both blocking and it's just a catch. I said this shit before. I'm not being racist, but we need to go after a white tight end, all right? Something about white tight ends, they just know how to hold on to the fucking football. Greg Olsen, Jason Witten. And it's crazy because they showed something on NFL Network. I believe it was the Christmas Eve game and the Raiders game. Was it that game? It was a game. It was maybe it was the Redskins game. But I saw a game recently where they pointed out the 4 best tight ends in the league. Gronk was on there. Witten, like I said, Olsen. And there was one more white guy in there, Heath Miller. The 4 best tight ends in the league are all white. So I'm like, give Stafford a white tight end. Shit. You know, he's had nothing but black tight ends who dropped the ball like Pettigrew and shit. Tim Wright, Ebron, or E-Bust, you know? But, you know, we need to draft another tight end, though. We do. We need to draft, but not one as high as Ebron, obviously. Later rounds, get someone who knows how to catch the ball. He don't even need to be that fucking fast. Just get someone who could catch the fucking ball, all right? Y'all just saw the footage I played earlier with Clark. Get someone like that who could go in back, who could make that jumping catch in the back of the end zone like that. When Stafford is in trouble in the red zone, he got that guy to throw to. But one thing that I do like that the Lions do in the red zone, besides throwing to Calvin Johnson, is Tate. Because Tate be juking niggas. Reddick be juking niggas. We got guys on this team that make defenders look silly on this offense, dude. It is so fucking funny, man. Like I said, man, this fucking Lions team is talented as fuck, man. No excuse why we 6-9 this year. I'm still not giving this team a pass for being 6-9, but I'm glad that we're 5-2 in the second half of the season, playing way better football. I mean, we're a whole different football team than we were in the first half of the season. Whole different football team. But here's the question. We're going into Black Monday next Monday. We're going into Black Monday, January 3rd and January 4th. We're going into a period where the future of the Lions is on the line right now as far as the head coach, at least for next season. Is Jim Caldwell going to get fired or isn't he? And I'm a little bit scared because I want Caldwell out of here. Now, I want to keep Jim Balcuda and Terrell Austin, and obviously Terrell Austin is going to fill coaching vacancies anyway, so he might actually end up getting the job this year. But the catch-22 is that I don't know if we're keeping Jim Balcuda. I think the only way we're keeping Jim Balcuda is if we hire Adam Gase as head coach. And I don't even know what this new general manager is going to do. I'm hoping he doesn't rebuild this team. We don't need a rebuild. We just need to retool and plug in some pieces. I mean, it's scary stuff coming up, man. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but Jim Caldwell's ugly ass, he got to get the fuck out of here, man. I do not want to go another season with him. He's a horrible game manager. That's why I don't like him, man. He's a horrible game manager. I feel like this team plays way too soft at times. We need a hard-ass coach. Get on this team's ass, dude. Real talk. But like I said, this is an impressive win for the Niners to beat a team that we hadn't beat in a very long time. I don't even know if we beat them in a century. We had not beat this team in a century. I'm still kind of mad when they beat us in the Hardball Shorts Bowl where Shorts was trying to fight Jim Harbaugh. Shit like that. I'm still mad about that fucking game. But yeah, finally beat these guys. But I got no real respect for the San Francisco 49ers organization. It's actually weird to see the way. I mean, this is almost Jed York, man. I mean, Levi Stadium, I haven't been there yet. It looks like a really nice stadium, but why did you move that team so far from San Francisco? That shit is actually in San Jose. Y'all know I lived in the Bay Area for a few years because I was in Oakland during my days when I was working on the movie sets and shit like that. I was living in Oakland, going back and forth to LA and shit, you know, commuting. And I know how far that fucking stadium is from where Candlestick Park was. That shit far as fuck, dude. And then that shit was like half empty last week against Cincinnati. I was watching that game. That shit was half empty, dude. And they had some kind of weird fucking jets or something flying over. I don't know what the fuck he done done with this franchise, but he done fucking ruined it. San Francisco in some trouble as a franchise, dude. They really are. I don't like the direction he been taking this shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's see. I want to see who they're going to go on with their quarterback. I think they need to just go right up the street. Jared Goff is there for the taking for him. Maybe they get Stanford's quarterback. Even though I'm not too high on him, but he runs a pro office. What's his name? Stanford's quarterback. I forgot his fucking name. But they could go with him as Kevin Hogan. Go with him or some shit. So I don't know what the fuck San Francisco's gonna do. But yeah, let me wrap this video up, man. So like I said, impressive little holiday win. I was glad that the Ford Field sold out as usual. I think we got like a 5-year sellout streak going, a 6-year sellout streak going at Ford Field right now. A lot of 49er fans in the audience too. I saw a lot of red in there. So, you know, they travel well. Like I said, I see one every week now. I always see someone wearing 49ers gear. If I see somebody wearing NFL gear, more than likely I'm going to see somebody wearing red, man. I haven't seen anybody yet, so next time I see a 49er fan, I'm going to have to point this loss out to him, man. But, that is what it is. But next week, Judah T and his Chicago Care Bears are next for the season finale. The Battle of the Basement is on the line. The battle for last place in the NFC North Division. Lions cannot be in that basement. I want to see this team finish 7-9. I want to see them continue that streak against the fucking Bears. But I tell you what, the Bears always play us tough at Soldier Field, no matter how bad the teams are. They always play us tough. They play us tough last year. Jimmy Clausen was the fucking quarterback, dude. So I don't know how this game is going to go. Some of my Lions female friends are going to this game, going to this game on Sunday. Of course, I'm not going because I'm getting tired of traveling and I don't want to go to Chicago. It might be cold as fuck that game. All this fuck. I think we're starting to get the winter up here and shit. I just don't feel like going to Chicago, man. Fuck that shit, man. And I'd rather catch the last game on TV, man. It's the last week of the season. Red Zone is great the last week of the season, man. If y'all got NFL Red Zone, oh my God. Shit is great, dude. So it's just like the first week of the season. Yeah, I'm not going to that game. But yeah, Judah T, man, I know you're going to talk shit in your video. And even if you don't mention my name this time, because you mentioned my name last time trying to make fun of my name and shit. Even if you don't mention me, I'm gonna make a response. Like, you say anything about my one part rise, I'm making a response this week, man. Because I wasn't able to be a part of the last one because I was working all week. But I'm gonna get your ass, you see, because in my video last week, if you didn't see my video last week, at the very end, I had at the A-bomb, he's in the TTC. This motherfucker lit up Judah Track, calling him a house nigga. That shit was funny as hell, dude. I mean, he gave me all kinds of ammo on Judah Try. I'm going to steal some shit in my video, man. I'm going to steal some shit from my video if I make one. So y'all might be getting another video this week, and it'll be just a comeback towards Judah Try. I'm going to watch him. He probably going to put up a video either Might put on one tonight or either Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm going to be lurking on his shit. 3-on-3 Hitman, man, Beast More. We're going to have a field day with this nigga. So thank you to all the One Pride Riders who go out and watch this video. Thank you. I'm going to thank y'all all next week, last game of the season, just in case y'all don't watch my off-season videos. I'm going to thank all of y'all at the end of the video next week. Hopefully I can get every single name on there that contributed. I'm going to wrap up my first full season here on YouTube. I started this last season, but I came in like around the second half of the season. So this is my first full season completed. I'm going to thank all of y'all for watching, next week. So thank y'all for watching. I'm about to watch this fucking Denver game. My girl Taylor Hill from Victoria's Secret and her sister, they biting their fingernails watching the fucking Broncos. I want to make fun of them if they lose. So try to sit down and watch this shit. So I'm going to call Lindsay too. Talk about this shit. So again, y'all, thank you for watching. Peace out. Like I said, I might make a video this week dissing Judah Tribe. But if not, y'all gonna catch me next Monday. Probably by the next time I make my video, y'all will know. Maybe you might not even know, because they actually might wait until they hire the general manager until they make a decision on firing Jim Caldwell. But we gotta see what this Ernie Accorsi shit is about, because there's some doubt about Jim Caldwell being fired or not. So I don't know how much power Ernie Accorsi got. But don't bring this motherfucker back, man. Oh my God, that'll be a nightmare. All right, you Lions fans. Peace. Peace out. See y'all next week. Close of the season, man. Happy holidays. And for Spartan fans out there, go Michigan State on Thursday, all right?
The loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. The glory that was Rome is of another day. I've been terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan. I'm going home to my city by the bay. I left my heart in San Francisco. High on a hill, it calls to me to be where little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. The morning fog may chill the air. I don't care, my love waits there in San Francisco. Above the blue and windy sea, when I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine